So we're going to be doing a quick video on how to calibrate this pH probe, the Vernier pH electrode probe. So we have it in some distilled water right now, and we have it hooked up to Graphical Analysis on our computer over here. It's a 2-point calibration system. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the bottom here, click the sensor actions button, and press calibrate in order to get our 2-point calibration system working. As you can see, it's asking for the first known value, so we're going to put it into a buffer system whose pH is known. Starting with the pH buffer that reads 4.0 that you can see here, we'll move the pH electrode into this buffer like so. Once the electrode is there, we should see the stability reading going down because the pH of the water was around 7.12, and it's going into a buffer of 4, which means that it's going to go down. We're going to wait for this reading level to stabilize, and once it's stabilized, we will put in the known pH value, which is again 4.0 plus or 4.00 plus or minus 0.02. So here we are. Hopefully you can see here that the stability reading is alternating between a few numbers here, but it's meaning that it's pretty close to being accurate. So we can put in the value that we know this to be, 4.00. We'll press keep, and then we need to go to the second one using the pH buffer of 7.00. So we're good with the 4.00 buffer. So we'll move the electrode back into the distilled water to clean it off, essentially, like so. Carefully rinsing it so that we don't mess up the buffer systems. Okay, now that it's thoroughly rinsed and cleaned, we can add it to the buffer of 7.00, like so. Again, we have added the electrode to the second buffer of 7.00 plus or minus 0.02 on the pH level. So we will wait for this stability reading here to stabilize. Okay, so again, you can see here that this stability reading is pretty close to being stabled, around 5171, 5172, somewhere in that neighborhood. So because it's stabilized now, we can input the second pH value we know, pH of 7.00, and we'll press keep. And then we will apply this calibration to our pH electrode, which will make it useful and accurate in future when we use it in future labs. And there you go. Again, it's in a buffer system with a pH of 7.00. And so we have it properly calibrated because it says 7.00 when it is, in fact, in a buffer that we know the pH of. So there you go. That's how to calibrate the Vernier pH electrode.